So when performing Etude number 4, there's a couple of passages that I say are harder on the eyes than they actually are on the fingers. And those are when you encounter fully diminished seventh chord arpeggiations. So for example, when you get measure 8, that's just a fully diminished seventh chord. So if you've practiced those, you can actually mark that in there instead of having to read and navigate the multitude of accidentals that are in there. Likewise, in measure 10, you have a descending one starting on the A flat. So be mindful of those diminished seventh chords, and if you haven't already become a little more familiar with them and those patterns in your technique practice, I would encourage that, because as woodwind players, we encounter a lot of chromaticism and a lot of diminished seventh arpeggios. I do want to talk briefly about what I call a sliding technique. If you were to take a look in measure 9, the challenge is at the end of the measure, you have an E flat, which can only be played with the right side pinky. And then you have a D flat, which most people would cross finger and play with the left side, but then that handcuffs you because now you got to get to an A flat. So in this case, I would actually recommend trying to go the E flat on the right, slide down to the D flat, and then get the A flat on the left. There's one other opportunity for that pinky sliding technique, and that occurs in measure 12. If you take a look, I'll go slow. So, as a general rule, if you ever should consider utilizing the pinky sliding techniques, slide down. Don't try to slide or roll up. So in this case, I'm going to go with the left side A flat, the right side C, the left side B, as in boy, and then I'm going to slide down to the C, which will enable me, it'll free me up to get to my right side E flat. So hopefully the identification of those fully diminished seventh chords and then that use of that pinky sliding technique on those two key spots will be something that can help you out as you're preparing for this etude. So best of luck with your audition, best of luck with your practice.